Chef Pennington here. Today we are doing something very cool. We're doing sous vide burgers. If you guys have never done sous vide before or even heard of sous vide, it means under vacuum. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some of the most amazing bacon. I'm going to show you guys how to cook bacon the best way. I promise you. Check it out. When you're looking in the store, look for the bacon that has enough of the not fat. So in other words, the stuff that's not white. That white is going to be the fat that's going to render, and we want to actually have some nice bacon. Now you can see right there that there's not a ton of white. So when you're shopping, try to look for that. You're going to get a more meaty piece of bacon, which is what we want. We want to have some bacon left. So I've got parchment paper, and then we put aluminum foil. Notice I don't crimp down the other edges, just on the side. We're going to stick it in a 375-degree oven for about an hour. All right, grinding beef. If you guys have never ground your own meat, it cannot be easier. There's a number of different ways, but the cheap way for a setup is getting a KitchenAid mixer and putting on their attachment, which I'll have a link below if you guys are interested in any of that stuff. And it's just fun. It creates a really luxurious texture when it comes to doing burgers. If you've never ground your own meat, guys, it's worth the experience because it is luxurious when it comes to burgers. So putting it together, really simple. Couple of pieces. That is the, I guess you'd call that the auger. That's the grinder. That's the part that's doing the work for you. You want to make sure you secure it all the way in the back. We're going to put the blade on. I've forgotten the blade once before, so put the blade in. And then there's two different pieces that we're going to put on the front. One of them has thick holes. One of them has small holes. You start with the thicker one. If you start with the smaller one, things just aren't going to work out really well because it's just too small. And usually what you'll do is you'll put it through on the large one and then through the small one to get what you would consider a traditional grind on your beef. And then we need to slice it so that the pieces are going to fit. So we're going to get the front piece attached here. There's little things on the side that let you know where to put it, which makes it simple. And then you screw on the cap. And once the cap's secured, you're good to go. You're going to want to cut your meat. Now, one of the tricks is to cut it into long strips because the hole that we're putting it through is not very large. If you try to put too big of a piece in there, you're going to be forcing it in there, which usually still works, but when you cut them thinner like that, it just runs through easier. Only turn on level 1 on your mixer. This is not really high grinding because we want to allow the meat to actually go through the machine nice and smoothly. You're going to place your meat in there. It comes with a little stick that sometimes you don't even need it. Like the machine will do a very nice job of taking it, but a little tap-a-rooney right there, and it comes out super easy. All right, let's get to the burgers. Roughly per pound, you're going to want to use 1 egg, maybe sometimes just a little bit less. And make sure you whip it up before you add it to the meat. One of the keys with dealing with the beef is not to overwork it. This is one of the advantages of grinding your own meat because it's never been worked before. It's freshly cut. It's tender. I'm using some garlic salt there. You could just use regular salt and pepper, but I like the garlic salt. It's a pretty cool little easy thing to use. Salt is a personal preference, of course, but you need some salt in there to bring out the flavor of the meat. Notice I'm using 2 forks here. That way I'm not using my hands, which puts heat off, and the fat inside of the meat can start to change texture. Not exactly melt, but just use the forks and be really gentle. Now notice I'm, once again, being very gentle, not packing it down. It's not in my hands. I'm not making it into like a softball or baseball size. This is the trick to making burgers, guys. You don't overwork it. If you do overwork it, it becomes gummy. And that's why those burgers that you cook perfectly were tough, and you're like, I did everything right. All right, sous vide setup, super easy. I'm using an Innova sous vide machine. They cost around $100, which is a great price for sous vide. Of course, I will sell them to you if you guys would like to buy one. I'll have links below. And it has a cool app. It makes it so easy. You can walk around your house and know what's going on. So you set the temperature whenever you want. In the article below, I'll tell you guys the temperatures for doneness. Like you want medium rare, you want it well done. I've got all that information in the link below in the article, so go check that out. Help you guys cook the burger exactly the way you want. And you want to cook it from roughly 40 minutes to an hour. The cool thing about sous vide cooking is that once you set that temperature, it can never go higher. If you set it for 133, it's not going to become 134. So if you cook it 40 minutes or an hour, it doesn't matter. Once it's cooked, and it's not going to go over. Now, you wouldn't want to leave it in there for 2 days or something like that, but if you're having a party and you want everyone's burgers to be the same and you don't want to man the grill, you can't beat this technique, guys. It's the best. So we're going to get in there. We take the air out of the bags. You saw a little trick there. I put them in the water and then let the water help the air leave the bag and then seal it up. Put a plate on it so it gets nice down in the bottom. The bacon. We can't forget about the bacon, everybody. We love bacon. Bacon on the burger, really important for me. I love it. But see how beautiful that bacon is? It rendered, it's crispy, it's delicious. Put everything together. I went medium rare. It's what I personally like, you know. That is cooked, by the way. They might look a little different, some of y'all, but that is completely cooked, 100% healthy, and 1,000,000% delicious. I promise. It's so good. Got to try the sous vide, guys. Links below. I'm going to have all kinds of information for you. We're going to talk a little more detail about good burger technique. Here's some of our other posts on our website. Go ahead and check them out. There's a link back to our home webpage. I'd love for you guys to check it out. Come join us on social media. We'd love to have you guys. Really, links are below. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you guys to hang around and see some of the other stuff. Link below. Lots of good information. Be sure to go check that out. You guys have the best. Take care.